Where is the first heat on the course, please? Just a warm up. That's Andrei Vyatek, Maxim Kruglov, Oli Sartevo, and Dominic Jaworowski. Thank you. Welcome to the Simple Summer Session 2010 Skateboarding Final.
Ja, skaters zijn plaats zoals je steekt. Richten sport Kokala, 3 Giga, Beton Plaza, Schiff Simple Summer Session, Justus Arthur und Skateboard Final Schule.
Let's hear it, crowd.
Welcome to Simple Summer Session 2018 here in Riga, Latvia. I'm going to be your commentator for today's skateboard street final. I'm James Threlfall, and I'm really looking forward to calling the action out here. We had the qualifiers yesterday. We had a bit of rain. We managed to get things done, and it's been absolutely wild. So yeah, it's just sitting on the screen there. We've got the skateboard final. We have 12 riders, 4 guys in 3 jams. So we're going to see 3 jams. The guys get 2 runs. The best run counts, and then they will also go into a best trick jam. So they'll be able to hit 1 trick that they will get a main score from. They will get 100 points maximum from both the best run and the best trick, which will combine to make a maximum of 200 points. So we're just getting ready. We've got the MCs talking at the moment, getting the crowd hyped. We've got a kid looking very ready for the action out there. It's worth noting as well, actually, Estonia is 100, which is the home of Simple Session. We are in Latvia here today, which is also 100, so it's like a joint 100th birthday. We have 72 riders out here at Simple Summer Session 2018 from 19 countries, 40 riders in BMX and 32 in skate. But of course, we have the best 12 making it through today. There you can see our panel of judges, our MCs. We've also got Jarmo in the brightly coloured shirt there with the nice yellow aviators. He calls the shots out here. He actually managed to skate yesterday off no practice at all. He seems to do that most Simple Sessions. He kind of just comes out and jumps on his board, which is awesome. We've got some facts. It's looking quite good right now. We're hoping that the rain doesn't come in. It's been super nice weather for about 3 to 4 weeks. And typically, as I turn up a British guy, I've brought the weather with me for the weekend. So we're hoping that it'll hold out. We've also, of course, got the BMX Street Finals later, where I'll be joined by BMX legend Chris Doyle, who's currently sat next to me in the commentary booth, keeping nice and quiet here. But catching the skateboard final action will be live on Red Bull TV. So we're hoping the weather's kind to us today. I think we'll get some riders lists up very soon. Some big names making it into the cut today. If you want to get involved on social media, hashtag Simple Session. I think we are about to clear the course. Getting ready. Okay, so here is our first heat. We have Andrei Kviatket, if that's how you say it, I hope that's right. Maxim Kruglov, Oni Saltevo, and Dominic Jaworowski. These guys all tore it yesterday. Absolutely incredible. Andrei coming out of Poland. He's actually one of 3 Polish finalists. He had a full part in the Youth Skateboards video 2 years ago as well, which is absolutely incredible. There you see Aaron Jago as well from the UK making the cut. He's going to be in the final jam. We're working in reverse order of qualification today. So I think we're going to get underway with Heat 1 in just a moment. Here we go. In with that front lip. Yeah, we are in for run 1. Andrei Kviatket, If I could get my words out, that'd be sweet. Kwiatek doing it for Poland right now, kicking things off. Yeah, coming in with that backside lip slide, hanging on there. Oh, with the alley-oop, Lena. Also doing it for Vans out here today. Rounding things off, just coming off that Smith grind down that rail. Oh, he's feeling tired out there, you can see that. He'll get into it for a second run. It's always good to kind of, if you're the first guy out there, just shake off those nerves in that first run, come back swinging in the second. So our next rider in. Our 11th place qualifier is going to be Maxim Kruglov. But we've got a few replays first, a few slow-mos. Nice, there we see that back lip again. Oh, that was so nice, the alley-oop lean air. That's quite a small quarter to be pulling airs out of onto that bank. And of course, coming in with the 69.25, putting himself into first. There you go, you got Mark Brewster up there. Calling the shots live. Yeah, Maxim getting up. Maxim's actually won Simple Session in the past. He has one of the meanest hard flips in the game as well. Oh, we're going for the nice demo pressure ollie drop in. Up on the top rail. And he did super well in the Tampa Pro Finals in 2016. There's the crooked grind to kick things off. Front board down the big rail. Coming in with a half cab to nose slide. Ollie over into the bank as well. Oh, and there's that ghetto bird over the earthquake gap there. Maxim getting off to a really good start here. 360 flip into the bank. He's halfway through right now. There's the front blunt over, really linking it together. Yeah, there's the front side 270 as well. He's going to be pleased with this one if he can hold it together. Board slide, oh, just coming off. Almost just hitting that one a little slow. That's kind of a deceptively long rail over there. We were skating that the other day. Oh, and just stepping off that hard flip as well. Yeah, Maxim really does have one of the best hard flips in the game. I think he'll get a good score for that one, though. I think that one will put him into first place for now. May just push him above Andre. Yeah, he's warm out there at the moment, so those guys are going to be feeling it. Maxim might regret wearing that long sleeve t-shirt. There's the front board down. Here's the ghetto bird. Oh, absolutely perfect. Cruising over into the front blunt. And there's that front side 270. I'm interested how the judges are going to score this. He did have a couple of falls at the end, but he kicked off so well. Okay, yeah, he gets into second place. I think he knows he can do better than that for sure. He'll be looking to his second run to take that run score through. Yeah, Arni Sartevo. He came out yesterday with actually like no practice at all. It was incredible. We hadn't seen him warming up. He basically just had a few runs before he hit his run in his heat. And yeah, he just blew minds. He came out with a bag of tricks that no one else is pulling out. He's doing it for New Balance Finland. I think he's also a pretty good artist, someone said too. So there's the backside 5-0 to kick things off. Oh, going up the hard way, trying to get into that board slide gap up. Front side air over the hip. Oh yeah, nose grind popping up. That's what I mean about that creativity. Those slightly different tricks where most would have just taken a nose grind across the ledge. He's kind of done it slightly differently there. There's the front feeble on the bank to rail. Ollie over the big rail. Oh, then Ollie did 180, taking it to tail on the bank. Whoa, going for the rock tray flip to fakie as well. Ollie also rocking the Wu-Tang jersey there. Wu-Tang. Chris Doyle giving that some love here in the booth. Final trick if he can get it in. Oh, yeah, the backsmith pop over. Yeah, that's really good. That is going to be a really good run for Oni. Coming out of Finland. Yeah, there's that nice backside 5-0 that we kick things off with. The front feeble on the bank to bar. There's that front lip to fakie through in like it's nothing, just chilling on that one. Getting a 57.25 on that one. Andre currently holding down the first place spot, doing it for Poland. So we've had 3 riders. This is going to be the final guy from Heat 1 for Run 1. Yeah, this is Dominik Jaworowski, the second Polish guy we're seeing out there. Really putting it down to make it into the finals today. There's a nollie front board to open up. Yes, Dominik. Just popping out to turn around and get that speed for the tray flip. Oh, just getting a little bit loose on that one. Over to front lip, recovering. It's always hard to recover from those bails. You know, you take one bail, especially in a run format like this, and you do just feel like you lose your flow, but it doesn't seem to have affected Dominik. Still linking it all together. Coming into this slightly bigger street section now with the front blunt, avoiding the cameraman. Into the 50-50 down the hubber.
15 seconds, 15 seconds.
Yeah, front Smith pop out early. He's probably looking at his last trick here. Feeble, oh, just slipping to board slide on that. And his board goes over into the bowl. And that's going to be time for Dominik. There we go, so there's the nollie front board. There's the front lip. Front Smith really using a lot of aspects of this course. Just trying to get as many tricks in as possible, really. Really mixing it up. The judges are looking at that. The judges are definitely taking into account those guys that really mix it up. Look at the course creatively and skate the course slightly differently. Andre looks ready to come back in for run 2. So Andre Kwiatek coming back in. He's currently holding down first place with his first run. Yeah, mixing up slightly, taking that front tail over the small steep bank there. Yeah, big old front side air on the quarter. I think the judge is going to like that, mixing it up, bringing in those transition tricks a little more. There's the front feeble. Yeah, because there aren't too many people using that quarter to do things other than kind of turn around on. So to get an extra trick in on that is definitely going to score well. There's the nollie heel as well over the earthquake gap. Over to lip slide. Whoa, getting slightly loose. I don't know if that hand touched the floor. Judges really do look at that. Also getting that kickflip to fakie on the quarter as well, which is exactly what I mean, getting those extra tricks in. There's another feeble as well on the A-frame. Yeah, Dominik really putting it together. Sorry, Andre really putting it together. Oh, just coming out on that back lip. Not a complete bail, but putting his hands down. I think that will count as a bail. Yeah, there's that alley-oop lean air, though, recovering. I don't know if he's going to get one more in. If the judges are kind, maybe. And there's the front board. I think that's going to maybe better his first run, and the nollie flip to fakie afterwards. Yeah, Andre going for that switch 360 hippie jump as well at the end. Yeah, I think he may up his score with this one. Yeah, there's that front side air I was talking about. Really getting some good height on that one as well. And there's the lip slide. And we hung on. Oh, the hand did go down slightly. Hopefully the judges don't mind too much about that.
Just waiting for the scores to come in. Our next rider will be Maxim Kruglow. Krug has been better than his first run. Just waiting for the scores to come in.
Yeah, the judges currently discussing this one.
Remember, the best of 2 runs counts.
Yeah, there you go. You see, he steps it up. Nice. He was already in first. He's going to be wanting to hang it onto that into the best trick section shortly.
Maxim Kruglow starting again on the top of the bar.
So here we have Maxim, a definite contender out here today. Yeah, there's the crooked rind coming off that pressure ollie, and there's the front feeble down the rail. Maxim definitely someone that could win this contest. He's no stranger to doing well at simple session. And this summer session course, I'd say Maxim usually skates things that are maybe a bit bigger than this, but he is absolutely throwing it down regardless. There's the ghetto bird over the earthquake gap. Into the tray flip. Down the wedge, yeah. 50-50 over the hips corner. Coming in for the front 270. Oh no, he's going for the front side flip. Oh, just slipping off. Yeah, that was what Maxim was hoping he wouldn't do in this run, because he did have a couple of falls in his first. I mean, maybe his last trick here. Is he going for the half flip? Oh, just gets wrapped up on the half flip as well. That's really tough luck from Maxim. Yeah, he's shaking his head. He definitely hoped to do a little better than that, but hopefully he can make up for it. He definitely is someone that can pull out some really big tricks in the best trick jam. There's that half cap to nose slide. The ghetto bird over the earthquake gap as well. Oh, just catching that tray flip so perfectly every time.
Waiting for his scores to come up. Yeah, these guys will have another chance to redeem themselves in the best trick. Since we're counting the best run and the best trick together, totally 200. Okay.
Yeah, so slightly less than his first run score there. So he does have some work to do in the best trick. I think he's probably going to look at pulling out that hard flip down the stair set, which would be a good score and could see him go up the rankings, but he is going to have a bit of work to do in that section. Here we go, we bring back in Oni Saltevo. He's currently sat in fourth.
Okay, Oni Saltevo, Suomis.
There we go, he gets the ollie up to back 50 the hard way. He has a bigger ollie than if he goes off the middle of that pyramid. Oh, just missing that front side ollie over the hip as well. That's a real shame. Getting that nose grind pop up onto the top of the ledge. We have seen the judges being quite harsh out here on guys that bail. If you get 1-4, I think you're kind of okay, you can recover it. If you've got 2, you're really not going to make it up there. So hopefully Oni can hold this together. There's that nollie 180. Taking it alley-oop. Oh, just stepping off that tray flip fakie as well.
15 seconds, Oni.
Oh, hanging on. So that's not going to count as a bail, but that obviously wouldn't score as well as if he'd landed that cleanly. Oh, but he did step off that, the backsmith pop over that we saw at the end of his last run. I think he's going to take his run 1 score there. But he did get that, the ollie up to back 50 the hard way. Oh, just about managed to get up onto the top of the ledge on that nose grind. That's way harder than it looks. Yeah, that front feeble 180. Just tail scraping out of that back lip. Yeah, unfortunately, he does keep his run 1 score. So he's going to stay sat in 4th. he's someone that can definitely pull out some creative stuff in the jam. Yeah, Dominik Jaworowski coming back in, currently sat in third with a 59.25. There's that nollie to front board, snapping that. Tray flip over the earthquake gap. Oh, just getting stuck on that front lip. We saw him make that with so much ease in run one. Front side ollie. And there's the front Smith as well. Hitting that ledge. He's the only one that's hit it so far over that hip. Front blunt. Oh, yeah, taking the back 180 out of that 50-50. We saw him just do the 50-50 in run one. So he's really trying to up that score now. Yeah, front Smith just lifting out. There's the feeble holding on to that. Is he going to get one more trick in? The judges are kind. Oh, just getting stuck on the back lip down the rail, throwing his hat into the air. Yeah, Dominik getting it done in the heat right now. I think the graphic earlier showed it is about 26 degrees out there. There's that Smith on that ledge over the hip. And the front blunt, he linked that section really, really well. The front blunt over to then the 50-50, back 180, down the hubba. Dominik doing it for half footwear out here today. He's going to wait to see his score. Just before we advance onto the best trick section of the contest for Heat 1.
You don't have to stick to the same obstacle, guys, for your best trick test. You only get 3 attempts.
So he does improve. He stays in third, but he does improve. That's important. Obviously, because we have another 8 guys to go in the next 2 heats. So even though he might just stay in third now, the extra 4 points may bump him up against someone else. Judges making sure they stay hydrated out here. Drinking those Heyday smoothies, they're really good out here. Got some Red Bull going around as well. Red Bull really looking after everyone out here.
Okay, Andre there. Okay, wait up, Andre. Wait until the TV cameras got you.
So Andre putting his hands in the air so the judges and cameras can see who he is. Andre currently sat in first, the first guy to break into the 70s on the scoreboard. Coming in for his first best trick attempt. Oh, going for the front blunt shove. That'd score well. Flip in, flip out tricks definitely score well with the judges.
The next rider is going to be Maxim Kruglov. Hold up, Maxim, wait until you're
Okay, Maxim Kruglov maybe not getting the run that he was hoping for out here today, but definitely someone that can pull it out of the bag in a best trick jam. If you give Maxim 3 attempts at something, he is probably going to get quite a high score. I think he wants this hard flip, which I'm sure would score very well. Oh, the hard flip to back lip. That is going to be a huge score. And he salutes the crowd. That's a great way to kick things off as well, because as you're hearing Mark saying, as the live event MC, these guys get 3 attempts, so with him getting a score on the board immediately, he's going to now have the opportunity, 2 opportunities to up that score and maybe go for broke, try something even harder.
Okay, we're going up to next to Ollie.
So I don't know if we're going to see Maxim's score come up.
Okay, Ollie. Best trick, let's see it.
I think we're just going to see a round of best tricks before the score comes up. Oni Saltevo coming in. There's the backsmith along the rail.
The whole length of the red bar.
Amazing, taking the whole rail there. It'll be interesting to see how the judges score this one, because he did do that with a pop over the rail in his run.
And add something fruity to the end. Judges are just discussing best trick and how to place people. Our next person is Dominic. Right, Dominic, your hand up.
So Dominic ready to come in now.
So Dominic, let's have a look at your best trick.
One of the 3 Polish finalists coming out here for his first attempt at the best trick jam. Oh, sticking that half flip, but just slightly under rotating there. He's still got 2 attempts to make that. I think that'll be a big score as well. If he gets that really clean, the judges are going to really like that. That stair set is no joke.
So we're going back to Andre. Keep your hand up, wait up until the cameras have got you. Cameras is over on the right hand side of the car. Okay, turn to your right, cameramans, please. Yeah.
Just giving some cameramen instructions.
Okay.
Here we go, Andre coming back in. I think we're going to see the scores at the end of the best trick jam here. Oh, just missing that front blunt shove. So he's going to have another attempt at that, or he may mix it up. We'll see what he chooses to do in his 3rd attempt. But he is currently sat in 1st, so he's going to want to pose something. He's kind of put the pressure on himself a little now.
You're starting from somewhere different. Hold up a second. Wait until the cameras have got you, so yeah, you're good to go.
Maxim with the 50-50, back 180. Yeah, it sounds like that might be a back 3 that he wants to go for there. But he's in a great position because he's done the half flip to back lip, so he can afford to go for that. I think he'd hoped he might give that a better attempt. But it is a back 50, back 3.
Next rider is Ollie. Where are you, Ollie? Ollie, hang on a second, Ollie. Until the cameras have got you. Okay, there he is on top of the back there. Yes, Ollie, let's see it.
Oni getting ready to drop back in.
Crowd is with you.
Oh, also going for the half flip, it looks like. So we've got a few guys that have been throwing the half flip down the stairs. I think the first person to get it is going to get a good score. Back over to Dominik Jaworowski.
Dominic, there he is on top of the back over there.
No stranger to the European contest circuit.
Good luck, let's see it.
Oh, going for that half flip.
There's so much.
So again, Dominic, like Andre, is going to need to make that 3rd attempt count.
Your best trick, guys. We're going back to Andre. So wait for the cameras to spot you, Andre. Camera guys, please turn to your right. To your right, to the palm track direction. Yes, we got you, Andre.
Here we go. We're back over to Andre right. This one really, really counts for Andre. His 3rd attempt. Oh, okay. That was what he needed. He's going to post a good score for that for sure. Wow, really making it happen under the pressure where he needed that score in the 3rd run.
So yeah, the judges had the toughest job today.
Right, Maxim Kruglov. I believe he wants this back 50, back 3. That's the tray flip over. Just setting up. Just giving a quick setup trick, not necessary. Okay, so there's the back 50, back 180. No, yeah, he's saying he knew he wanted that back 3. But it's fine, he has the half flip to back lip. I think he wants to get another go, but I don't know if they're going to give it to him. I think this one might be for the crowd. The judges are probably going to have to take his first attempt. Oh, okay, almost getting that one round. So I think he is going to stick with that half flip to back lip. It'll be interesting to see, because obviously he did have a couple of falls in his run, but the half flip to back lip, I'd say, is probably the hardest trick we've seen in this best trick section so far.
Okay, Ollie, this is your last attempt. That's it.
So Oni does have that back Smith along the flat bar, but I think he wants to go for this half flip. Doesn't it? Isn't that switch? I think that's switch, actually. That would be incredible, a switch half flip, but unfortunately not quite working out for Oni Saltevo. But it's cool, he's going to take that back Smith. He's posted a score. Where for Dominic right now, this is kind of all or nothing. It has to be a land for him to really be in contention.
Dominic, let's see your last attempt at best trick.
Oh no, so he did just get robbed on that half flip. Yeah, Dominik Jaworowski unfortunately just getting stuck up on that half flip. I thought that was the one as well. I thought he was really going to pull that out of the bag. So unfortunately, that probably doesn't mean Dominic's going to post a very high score today. He did have a good run though. So that is going to do it for Heat 1. Heat 2 are just going to get warmed up now. So that is going to be Andrej Palenica, Alexander Tubin, a Simple Session regular, Simon Stricker, Red Bull rider out of Switzerland, and Maxim Habenec out of the Czech Republic. We'll give these guys just a couple of minutes to get warmed up before we get them in for their runs. There we go. So it really did count, that half flip to back lip. It really does just show how much weight that best trick jam has. So where that has an equal score to the run, Maxim has pushed himself up into that first place spot. We're in a couple of falls in his run. He absolutely stomped that half flip to back lip, getting backed up by Andre. Yeah, so there you see the rider list for Heat 2. Andrej Palenica is going to be our first guy in.
Okay, Andrej Palenica, could you please go to the center of the park and raise your hand so that the... yeah, stay there, please, stay there. Hold on. And other guys...
Yeah, Andrej just getting to the middle of the course.
We need to get serious here.
Cruising over to his starting position now.
Right. You have 1 minute starting from your first trick.
So 1 minute run coming in for Andrej Palenica, doing it for America Footwear. He was the highest qualifier of the Polish skaters, coming in with that nose blunt. Oh, just putting the front wheels down on the manual. I don't think that'll matter too much. It's not a bail. And the manual is just Tricky's throwing in there just to get a couple of extra points. Oh, but that will unfortunately count as a bail. The back lip. Just catching his truck on the rail there. Whoa, getting loose on the backside ollie. Taking the unexpected line across the grass. Oh, and stepping off the front feeble as well. Crooked down the long rail. Coming in for his last trick now. Oh, going for that nose grind back 180. And unless he can get something in on flatland, I think that's going to be his final trick.
That is time for Andre Palanica. Can I have a round of applause, please? Skate for skate or die skate shop.
Skate or die. Better skate.
Yeah, staying hydrated out here, much needed in this heat. There is the nose blunt over. And the crooked down the rail. Just waiting for Andre's score. Just see where that's going to kick things off for this heat.
Okay, our next rider is Alexander Dugin. Alex, can you put your hand up, please, and wait until the cameras have you?
Okay, so 51.25 for Andre Palanica. He is ranked 5th, obviously, because the other guys have had a chance to get out there and have a best trick jam and get those extra points on the board. So we won't really know where these guys stand until they've had their full jam. Alexander Tubin coming out of Estonia, doing it for Vans. He is kind of the hometown hero in Estonia at the Winter Simple Session contest. Yeah, coming in with that airwalk. He has such a mixed bag of tricks. I love it. Oh, just coming off almost slightly early on that front side lip, but getting it done regardless. Oh, just slipping off that. Almost just catching the rail a little bit early on his way up.
Alexander's 26 years old, comes from Tartu, skates for Houses, Marston and Vans. Beautiful pop on the hill there.
25 seconds.
Oh, hanging on to that back lip, taking it to fakie. Not entirely sure if the fakie was intentional, but hang on regardless.
Just rock and roll through the course, and 15 seconds left.
The board slide down the rail. I think this is going to be his final trick.
And 5 seconds left, last tricks.
Nose grind down the rail. Getting it over crook.
You can quite see from here, but makes it all the way down the long bar. Can we have a round of applause for Alexander?
Yes, Alexander.
Please.
It's going to be interesting to see what that scores. He did have a couple of falls, but he really mixed up, hit everything in the park. There's that lip slide. Nollie heel over the earthquake gap. Yeah, he's kind of like, I'm unsure, I don't know. Just waiting for his score here. As he stands next to Igor Koldakov, our first place qualifier from yesterday. Okay, he's got 63.5. That puts him into 5th. So he's currently the leader in this jam. Yeah, Simon Stricker. I got the chance to have a session with Simon in one of the practice runs. Always smiling, always smiling. He was actually celebrating his 27th birthday on the practice session the other day. So he's giving a wave. He's asking for some of the cameramen to move. Oh, opening up with a nose blunt down the rail. Okay. This is kind of switching things on. As we move through the heats, we do get to our guys that qualified in a higher position. There's the front blunt down. There's a back lip down the rail. Yeah, Simon. He qualified in 6th yesterday, and he actually wasn't super happy with that, and I thought he'd absolutely killed it to get in there. So Simon, high expectations of himself. Oh yes, that is going to kill it. Oh yeah, I filmed those back to back for him for Instagram the other day, and it did take a few goes, and there he is just pulling out first go in his contest run. Oh, sticking that half flip. Half cab over, getting his board back the right way round. There's the back disaster. And there's the nollie front board, timed to perfection. Wow, Simon Stricker, yeah, he's going to be happy with that. That's what he wanted to do yesterday.
This could be one of the best scores right now.
Yeah, there you hear the MCs predicting that this could be one of the best scores of the day, and I think they're absolutely right with that. They had a bit of everything, you know. We aren't seeing the switch tail 270, but pulling out tricks like that, big rail tricks, tech ledge tricks, going switch. I think it's going to be well up in, yeah, I was going to say well up in the 70s, but there we go. An early 80, he knows that is a good score. He's happy with that. So Simon can kind of really go for broke in his second run, because he has that high score. I'm pretty sure he's done what he set out to achieve in his run there. So he can kind of have a play around and throw out what he wants, and if he falls, it doesn't matter too much. Maxim Habanec, another Red Bull skater coming out of the Czech Republic. A real regular at a lot of the European contests. And a really nice guy. Always makes an effort to come out and say hi to everyone out on the course when he turns up. Opening up with a backsmith. Yeah, you always know that Maxim has planned his run. Oh, man. That's very uncharacteristic of Maxim. To step off of a tray flip like that, that for him is more of a setup trick. So you see him and kind of look at his board there like, bit of frustration. There's a front feeble though, redeeming it. Halfway through his run, turning around, aiming towards the bigger stair set. Oh, just stepping off the pop shove to lip slide.
You've got 15 seconds left. Maxim Stones, tight stepping that last trick.
Yeah, definitely final trick coming in for Maxim. Oh, I was almost going to say he got redemption and then came out fakey and just slipped out. It's okay though, he still has time. He's obviously not happy with that. You can see him looking up at the board. There's the backsmith. Quick board slide to fakey. The front feeble down the rail. Yeah, scoring a 43.75 there. He's not going to be pleased with that, but he can definitely step out for a second run. I don't know if he even looked at the score for that. He's just like, right, run two. Let's do it. So we head back over to Andrej Palenica. Currently a 51.25 on the board. Yeah, nose blunt to kick things off. Quick cricket bonk. Ollie over the earthquake gap to come in for a backlip down the rail. Little backside air over the hip as well to link the line together. Front feeble down the rail. There's a crooked down the rail. Putting together a really good run here, really consistent run. Oh, and getting that nose grind 180 that we saw him fall on in the first run. Oh, but sticking on the feeble grind. I don't know if he's going to manage to get another trick in here, unless he's really quick. Oh, okay, I was going to say he might get that pole jam. I think the judges will just disregard that anyway. We'll see if he ups his score on that one. There's the nose blunt. Caught the truck on the way in, but just about managed to hold that. Backlip down the rail. Just going to wait to see Andrej's score. Okay, so he does improve a 61.25. Still had a couple of falls there, but he does jump up by 10 points there, which will make a massive difference. So the simple session regular, Alexander Tubin, ready to get back in. Yes. He's got some friends out in the crowd supporting. Air walk over the wedge. Just slipping off the front lip down the rail. That's a real shame because that's definitely more of a standard trick for Alexander.
These guys can still call it back their best trick runs.
Yeah, nollie to crooked.
It makes it so easy that nollie to crooked down the
There's the nose grind down the rail, just about hanging on to that. Oh, and slipping out. It looks like he was going for the nollie heel to nose slide there.
15 seconds to go. Alexander, come on.
Maybe it has time for 1 or 2 more tricks if he's careful, or smart, should I say, sorry. Oh, trying to get back in on that nollie heel nose slide. So it looks like Alexander is going to take that first run score. There's that air walk. The nollie to crooked grind. That is not an easy trick to do, and he is throwing that out like it's nothing. The nose grind down. Oh, you see. Really see from that angle there. Looks like he will bit a bit on the front, which usually throws you over. Alexander just about holding on. Yeah, so there you see it. He is going to go with that run 1 score of the 63.50.
Next rider is Simon Strecker, who is in the middle of the course. Hold up, Simon, we're just waiting for the cameras to get in. There he is. Okay, Simon.
Simon giving the thumbs up. Always such a happy guy. And actually, I think he holds the world record now. For the longest manual, he manualed over 2 kilometers, which has to be a world record. There's no way that isn't a world record. Did an amazing film with Red Bull, all about that. Kicking things off with that back lip down, switching it up a little bit. Yeah, there's the front tail. He's really in a position where he can just throw this out here now. Having such a strong score on run 1. Wow! There's a half flip. We saw guys that didn't make that in the best trick jam in Heat 1. He's just throwing it into his second run, first go.
30 seconds left.
Taking that back lip to fakie on the rail. Oh, the half cap nose, 270. Switch here on the bank. I don't want to give him the commentator's curse. But we haven't yet seen Simon fall off today. And there it is, of course. Sorry, Simon. It's cool. He's going to take that first run score. I think, to be honest, anyway, even if he made that run, I think he did fit more into run 1. It was maybe a little more technical as well. So we see the back lip down the rail. There's the front tail. Perfect hard flip, absolutely perfect. That would score well in the best trick section. There's the back lip to fakie. I think it's maybe in the 70s. Yeah, it's a 75.5. He's going to stick with that 82.75. He's going to be fine with that, though. He was kind of just able to throw it out there and have a play around in run 2 and see if he could better. But he will be really stoked. There he is waving. He'll be really stoked with that 82.75. That is the highest run score of the day. So he is in a strong position heading into the best trick. And do you know what? If he can do something like that half flip again in the best trick, just to get a score on the board and then up it from there, he is going to score really well. We bring Maxim Havanec back in. That's much more like it with that pop shove to front lip. 50-50 to back 180 down the mellow rail over on the other side of the course. Yeah, big spin to board slide. This is it. This is more what Maxim would want. Just dropping his board. Using that back path to roll in with speed into the other street section. Oh, just slipping out on that manual, just getting stuck. There's the tray flip that we saw him step off of, getting into that Smith grind. And the front side air over the hip. Front side feeble down the rail. Oh, almost getting stuck. He's happy with that. That's cool. He knows he kind of claimed that front side feeble. So not the best score for Maxim. I know he would have wanted to do a bit better than that, but I think that is going to up his first run score. And Maxim definitely has a bag of tricks that means he can score well in the best trick. And we saw, of course, Maxim Kruglov bump himself up into first place by doing well in that best trick jam. So 74.5, yes, that's really going to bump things up. Amazing. Maxim Habenic really stepping things up for his second run. And puts himself in a really good position now for the best trick section. So he is rounding off heat 2 there. Oh, sorry. So, of course, he rounds off the runs as we head into best trick. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. Talking about the best trick and then calling the end of the jam. There we go, so I think he's taking that nose blunt. I don't know if he's going to have to do that again. If he is, I really hope. Oh, okay, I think...
Can you restart, please, because we weren't ready. Okay, riders, can you please wait? No, wait. Please wait until we say you can go.
Okay, so... Oh, I'm glad he got that again, because we did manage to catch it, but it sounds like actually they wanted him to redo it. Just because they didn't quite think the cameras were ready. He did miss the cameras slightly. Really, really glad he managed to make that. Because I'm sure he would have been a bit annoyed if he'd made it super clean first go and then ended up falling on the second. But that's smart coming out with that score. I think he's going to hope to step it up in his next attempts now. Alexander Tubin ready to come in. So he's got a 63.5 for his run. Oh, okay. He was trying to throw this into his second run. He wants to get that nollie heel nose slide. Just not quite managing to lock it in. But it is one of those tricks that when it goes in, you can just sit there, you can chill on it. Ah, you can see it's so there, but he's just miscaught it slightly. Go on, Alexander. We really want to see that. So, Simon Stricker, our highest run score of the day. Really intrigued to see where he goes from here, actually. Do we see a trick that he pulled out in his run, or has he got something totally new? Okay, here we go. He wants to go for that nollie heel nose slide down the ledge. I don't know if he wants nollie big spin out. We'd love to see that. He did do that. I filmed that for him the other day, actually, for Instagram. And it really didn't take him that long, so he would be able to pull that out. I don't know if he'll play it safe and go for the nollie heel nose slide. Crazy that we're talking about a nollie heel nose slide down the hubber as being a safe trick. But for Simon Stricker, it is one of his go-tos. Oh, Maxim going for that tray flip to lip slide. That's what I mean, that Maxim does have that bag of tricks that means that he can do well in the best trick section. Luckily not getting injured on that one, because that is a trick that can definitely leave you caught up on a rail. So yeah, we head back to the top of the list for Andre Palenica. He comes back in. Oh, just slipping out there. So he has that nose blunt. He's currently got a score on the board, which is definitely a smart way to play it. Oh, kind of just turning slightly too much, it looked like. Maybe just a little bit too much weight on that front foot on that backsmith. Cameraman looking for Alexander Tubin here. He's over the other side of the park. There we go. Yeah, the crowd loving Alexander Tubin. He's basically a local guy out here. Oh, and there you see it. Great to see him get that nollie heel nose slide. Yes, Alexander. Hear the crowd cheering for that one. Yeah, Riga here, not actually too far from Simple Sessions' home of Tallinn, Estonia. Great to be bringing the second event, actually, into the calendar. Bringing the summer session to Riga for the second year running. Right, Simon Stricker. Let's see what we got here. Ah, okay. So getting that nollie heel to nose slide down the hubba, that was absolutely perfect. See the slow-mo of that. Oh, so perfectly in. Just leaves his foot there, waits for it to come round, and then it connects with the ledge, and all he's got to do is bring it home. So I wonder from here what we'll see now. I don't know if Simon's waiting for his score. We will see the score at the end of the best trick jam. We will see the overall score. So our final rider of Heat 2. For attempt 2 in the best trick jam, Maxim Habanec. Actually recently got his own park in Prague called MaxSpace. Red Bull hooked that one up. Okay, going for that front big spin to board slide, getting that one on the board. That's a smart move. I wonder what the judges are going to think here, doing a trick that you've already done in your run. Because as an individual trick, it is a really good trick, but it is one he definitely has very consistent. So I hope that doesn't kind of backfire for him, but fingers crossed that's going to get a good score from Maxim, and he's got a score on the board now, so he can definitely up it for attempt number 3. So, for the final time, we head to the top of the list in Heat 2. This is going to be Andre Palenica, the highest qualifier of the Polish skaters out here. 3 Polish skaters of 12 riders actually out here, really making it happen. There's the back. Oh, I spoke too soon. So almost getting that backsmith. He's going to go with that nose blunt on the A-frame rail. Really a good move to get something solid in there. So now, in just a moment, he will find out what that nose blunt has kind of given him in the combined score and what position that's put him in the final today, with 1 heat left to ride after these guys.
Just waiting for the schools to come in.
Simon Stricker eagerly awaiting his score. I think we're probably going to see Simon Stricker move up to first place, which would be very well deserved.
Oh, the score for the best trick, 64.75, and the run score 61.
Okay, so we are seeing the best scores now. I think in Heat 1 we only saw the overall score. I think they're going to show each individual rider now their best trick score after their 3 best trick attempts, and then we'll see the overall standings.
Hold on. Alex is in the middle of the course.
So Alexander Tubin He's got the nose, the nollie heel nose slide. So that's great for him to have that on the board. No pun intended. Okay, so he's just eyed that one up. I think that's okay. I mean, he hasn't popped his trick yet. Once you've popped your trick, though, of course, you can't take another attempt. Oh, going for a switch frontside flip. So Alexander Toobin going to go for that nollie heel nose slide that he got earlier on his second attempt. So we're just going to wait for his overall score now. We'll see what his individual best trick score was. It is definitely going to be that nollie heel nose slide. He wants this. Oh, it looks like he could be going to board slide there. Maybe switch flip board slide. Hard to tell from that angle. Yeah, so that nollie heel nose slide doing really well. Pushing him up into second place. So that's going to do well for him. Definitely. Simon Stricker, I think after his 3 best trick attempts, with that nollie heel to nose slide down the hubba, I think he is going to be our guy to beat. I think he might just bump out Kruglov, who I think is still our first place guy right now. Oh, switch heel to board slide, wow. So it'll be interesting to see here. That's an incredibly technical trick, a switch heel to board slide. But you see here in the slow-mo, he doesn't quite turn all the way out. Hard to see if the hand dragged on the floor, but at the end of the day, it is a switch stance trick. So there may be a bit of leeway from the judges there. That is definitely a harder trick than the nollie heel to nose slide down the hubba. But it depends on execution now. Not that he's going to mind. He's kind of got a couple of tricks to choose from. There you go. Wow. By far, I think, the highest score of the day. 166 and 83.25 combined with an 82.75 for his run. Simon is going to be really stoked with that. I'd say that puts Simon in good contention for podium finish now. So only Maxim Hamanec in this heat that can push Simon Stricker out of the #1 spot. Coming in, tray flip 50-50, just stepping off, so he is probably going to take that front big spin to board slide. Oh, he has that trick every go as well normally. Just not quite getting on that hubba. I haven't seen him practicing that, so I don't know if that was him just kind of throwing something out there at the end. So that puts him into 3rd. So he's currently sat in the bronze position. He's going to have to wait through heat 3, sorry, to see the final 4 riders, to see if he can hold on to that podium spot. But we do have some heavy hitters to come, including our first place qualifier, Igor Koldakov, our first place qualifier from today, but that took 3rd at Simple Session 2015 Winter Simple Session. I think that was his debut as well. And he came out with an insane bag of tricks. I remember the judges going absolutely wild for that one. The Russian guy who really kind of goes in and kind of puts it all out there. So in terms of the overall standings right now, of course, Simon Stricker up in that first place spot. And he's got to be feeling good after that one. He has got to be feeling great.
Four riders. Those riders are Aaron Jago from the UK, Willie Makala from Finland, Honza Navratil from the Czech Republic, and Igor Koldakov from...
So here we see our final 4 riders, Aaron Jago from the UK, Willie Makala, our 3rd place qualifier, Honza Navratil out of the Czech Republic, and Igor Koldakov, as you just saw on the screen there. Our first guy to get things going, Aaron Jago, good friend of mine from England. he has been on a contest tear recently, so I'm really excited to see what Aaron has here. He actually didn't have a flawless run out there, which I know the judges are being very ruthless on. A couple of the guys making it into the finals, having, you know, stepped off a board once or taken a bail. So it really is all to play for in the finals.
Aaron, could you please go to the manual block on the second total run so the cameras can see?
Judges and cameramen just looking for Aaron Jaco at the moment. Hope he's around. That would be good. Here he is cruising in.
So Aaron, I think your hand up. This is Aaron Jago from the UK. Wave to all.
Aaron giving a good wave. Aaron loves the cameras. And by loves the cameras, Aaron doesn't like being in front of camera. Aaron's definitely a bit of a silent assassin. He likes to get out there and just let his skating do the talking, but he's a big up-and-comer from the UK right now. Yeah, lovely tray flip to kick things off. Back lip down the rail. Front blunt on the quarter, bringing those transition skills as well. Oh, just coming off that back three to lip. That's an uncharacteristic fall on that trick for Aaron. As Mark's currently saying there, yeah, that is a trick he does all day. But he always has a smile on his face as well. There you go. There's the back tail. Front feeble down. Nose pick. Nollie shove just stepping off. Oh, I hope he's going to step this up into run two. Spent 2 weeks in LA with Aaron at the start of the year with another British skater, Matt Treese. Big shout out to Matt Treese if you're watching at home, our guy. Oh, going for that kick flip 270 to lip. And he, when we were actually in LA, he really impressed Chris Pastras as well, who often commentates the Red Bull events. I think he's out on Vans Park Series this weekend, so big shout out to Chris Pastras as well. I think that's going to be a bit of a throwaway for Aaron. That's not quite what he wanted. Yeah, you can see there, that's not quite what he was after. But Aaron's definitely a guy that in run two can do it. Igor giving him some props on that one. Igor, who we're going to see our final rider in this heat. We see the tray flip there, front feeble down the rail. There's the back tail. Okay, coming in with a 57, a respectable score. Aaron. He definitely wants to do a bit better than that, but it's cool, there's time. So Willie Michaela. It sounds like he kicked off a little early there. He's keen to get out. Now Willie Michaela, out of Finland. One of the most creative skaters I have ever seen, I'd say. Willie absolutely killing it yesterday. Just coming out with a bag of tricks that I don't think I've ever seen anyone doing, especially in a contest run, you know? Things that I wouldn't look at a park and see to do. That is incredible. And linking that together, doing that Mayday grind with the 270 out. Oh, just coming off that 50-50, trying to pop into that early. But jumping straight into that hippie jump after the Mayday 270. There's the frontside grind 270. Lots of style on this guy. Keeping things quite loose. But the judges loved it. He qualified in third. Board slide. And that's the thing as well, he takes the board slide over and kind of locks in against that back chuck, which we thought was kind of accidental. He was holding on to it yesterday, but actually it was he's very intentional. He's very controlled on those and kind of just dips that front chuck down. Kind of one of those very unpredictable guys where you wonder if they kind of know what they're going to do next, which is always exciting to watch. You know, watching someone that really knows their run is great in many ways, to watch them really go and smash through a run, but equally to see someone that's kind of unpredictable, always scores well with the judges. So Willie Michaela. Here we have that Mayday 270, just really throwing that round so fast, and then super confident into that hippie jump. Not quite getting the speed he wanted into that 5-0 grind. I don't even know what you'd call that coming off. There's that dipped board slide I was talking about. I think Willie, yeah, 63. He, like Aaron, is going to hopefully up the score in run two. And again, I'm sure come out with some incredibly creative stuff. He had this like big spin reverb. It was like a pivot on the nose only on quarter pipes in his qualifying run. So I'm sure we're going to see something wild like that. Come on, the best trick jam. Now Honza getting in. Honza's one of our youngest guys out here, and like I say, one of those guys that really knows his run. He has planned a run out to the second, and it was really paid off for him qualifying in second yesterday. He's only 17 years old. And you saw Maxim Habanec in Heat 2. He's been doing a ton of skating with Maxim Habanec over at Max Space, the private park that Maxim Habanec now has over in Prague. And there's that switch Barley grind, an ode to Donny Barley. A trick I recently learned, actually. I'm gonna plug that one. It's a trick I've wanted for a while. And there Honza is, 17 years old, doing them switch. That's kind of skateboarding nowadays, huh? There we go, there's that feeble to 180. I think it was a feeble, that was a slightly long angle. I'm pretty sure that was a feeble to 180. If not, it was a 50-50. There's the blunt slide down, every single go on those. I don't know if I've seen Honza fall, and hopefully that's not the MC's curse as he comes in for his final trick down the big set. There's the feeble grind. Yeah, good move. I know Honza can definitely step that up. That's going to give him a really good score, though, and give him a lot of potential. That is amazing. That salad grind down the rail on a round rail. That's a terrifying maneuver. But there's the Smith grind on the A-frame rail. There's that switch Barley grind. That is probably going to be his highest scoring trick. So it was a back 50 to back 180. I beg your pardon. Yeah, tired after that one, but you got it done, Honza. Good work. So Honza Navratil doing it for Bones, as you can see on his t-shirt. Yeah, Aaron giving him the props. It's going to be the highest scoring run of this heat so far, I'd say. Potentially an 80 on that one. No, a high 70. He's happy with that. I think he knows, you know, that's a really solid run to come out with. There's some hard tricks in there, and he's giving him, like as Simon did earlier, he's giving him himself the potential now to get out there and up that score. To kind of get out there and maybe risk a few things. Now, a guy that is very familiar with risking it all, putting it all on the line, is Igor Koldakov. He will come out with an insane bag of tricks. He will score incredibly high if he gets them all, and he often does. There is that signature no-comply 360. Yes, there's the impossible into the crooked nollie flip. Oh, just coming off of that. That's what I mean. He just opens up with a super hard trick, and he's like, hey, if I get this, I'm winning. There's the back lip, and that is exactly what he did in qualifiers, qualifying in first. Coming out of Russia, he's incredibly technical. There's that nollie flip 180. Yeah, just a straight no-comply. You see a lot of guys doing the 180 because it makes things a little easier to go with that rotation, but just to do a straight no-comply of that earthquake gap like that, actually it takes a ton of skill. Coming out of that switch flip as well into the switch frontside blunt. Yeah, lip slides down the rail, turning around on the Red Bull bank as he comes in potentially for his final trick. Oh! Just taking that ollie to switch. It's known in skateboarding as the sex change. A body varial is where you grab your board and switch your stance. A sex change is where you do it without touching the board at all. There we go. Such precision on that. Just really catching the board exactly where he wants it and turning the rest of the way on that, the rest of the way on that 360. He also has that, I think, switch as well into a lip slide. So he does the 270 no comply into a lip slide. I'm sure he was doing that switch at Simple Session 2015, actually, over in Estonia. That was the year, I think it was, I think we were over in the Olympic arena. So it was something like that. It was a different arena from the normal Saku Surhal. He's happy with that score. He has that bail on that crook to nollie flip, but we saw him make that a bunch yesterday. So if he can get that and then keep it together in his run, maybe get that last trick, that quick sex change at the end, that ollie to switch stance, we're definitely going to see him jump right up there, potentially contend with Simon Stricker. Right, getting back in. Super good friend of mine, Aaron Jago, definitely, secretly, not so secretly rooting for him today. Great to see a British guy out here making the finals. I think it's the first time a Brit has made the finals at Simple Session in a while. I've skated Simple Session for a few years and I definitely haven't made finals. But it's such a fun event. If you haven't been to Simple Session, I'd definitely say get out here. Because the atmosphere is like no other contest, not just in Europe, in the world. Bringing it together, get that nollie shove. Ah, smart from Jago. Good work. So we saw him get that 270 lip slide. What's he going to do here? The back three, every single go. That is a trick that Aaron can score high with, that he knows he's going to do every time. But yeah, just making the smart move. He knows he's kind of had a bit of a throwaway score on the first run. So he's just going to save that nose pick nollie shove, maybe for the best trick. And there's a cab over the hip. And he's going to chill. That is going to be a really good score for Aaron. And he's just throwing that in at the end for fun. That's after time, doesn't count. That is what Aaron wanted to do. And the crowd really liking that one as well. Yes, Aaron. Proud of you, buddy. There's the back lip. Yeah, and there's the 270 lip slide. It's wild to be saying it, but actually to see him fall on that in his first run is kind of more of a shock than seeing him land it. It's gotten to a point where it's like, oh, of course he's going to do that now. So Aaron, making waves across Europe. Definitely a skater's skater.
Just waiting for his score to come in.
An 83.5, the judges. Aaron's face. I'll take it, I'll take it. An 83.5, yes, Aaron, absolutely putting it down. Buzzing here for you in the booth, buddy. Right, let's see what we can do in the best trick jam, huh? Amazing, yeah, Wille showing some love for that one. I can't see in front of me what Simon Stricker's score was on his first run, actually. But that's going to be a contender. Oh my gosh! Wille made that in qualifiers yesterday. It's that kind of stuff that, man, to be a judge, I love that the judges are scoring that high, you know, because it's what skateboarding's all about. It's no rules, it's tons of creativity. Wille is kind of, he's encapsulating that. He's bringing the fun, like with that. He's just out here having a great time. Oh, it looked like he was going for the cab heel, wow. So this is it, kind of bringing the creative tricks, but also bringing those really incredible street tricks that you probably aren't going to see anyone else cab heel that gap today, and he looked like that was completely there. Unfortunately, just getting slightly wrapped up. Oh, and there we go. See, on that Mayday, almost going for that front shove. He is going to take his first run score. And then we're probably going to see him bust out some creative moves in the best trick jam in just a second. Yeah, you can hear the MCs there saying a super entertaining skater to watch. It's a 50-50 down the edge there. No one else doing that. Straight into the hippie jump. It's worth noting as well, actually, that if he gets stuck on that or just is leaning slightly too far forward, he is fully taking that flat bar to the head and face, which is not the nicest way to spend a Sunday. But it's all good, he's making it happen. So he's taking that first round score of a 63. Wille's going to want to up that. Honza with a really solid score in run one. He's going to see if he can get up into the 80s now. Yeah, with the switch drop in, maybe kicking off. Yeah, with that switch Barley. Here we go. There's the feeble grind. Nollie over the earthquake gap. Into a backsmith. Oh, okay. And unfortunately, that right there probably does mean he's going to be sat on his first run score, which that was a flawless run. Watching the judges yesterday, they were scoring really, really well for flawless runs. So yeah, it looks like that is going to be a score. But as we were saying, that is exactly what he had the opportunity to do. By being smart about it and getting that first consistent run, he got high 70s, and that is going to allow him the freedom to kind of mix things up in this run. Fortunately, it hasn't paid off. But he isn't going to be worrying too much. He's probably now just going to be thinking, okay, let's try it. Let's try a trick at the end. We'll see what we can do, and then let's focus on the best trick jam. Yeah, feeble down the rail. He can do that every time. 17 years old. Definitely one to watch out here. One that we hope to see at more simple sessions. Yeah, he's shaking his head, but he's laughing. He's not too worried. Got off to a really good start with that switch barley grind. It's a 180 to switch Smith. When you're doing it switch, you take it switch 180 to regular Smith. So yeah, you see there. First run more than 20 points higher than his second, sorry. So that means we've got one rider left. Now we want to see this crooked grind to nollie flip. Igor is the kind of guy, so you saw Aaron Jago decide not to go for the nose pick nollie shove out just to get a score on the board. Igor is the kind of guy that will, he's kind of all or nothing. He knows he can do it. And that is really exciting to watch. Let's see if he gets this. Come on, Igor. Ah, and there you go. And when it pays off like that, that is why you qualify him first. That is how you get up the podium. Getting that back lip. Let's hope he can hold on here. Getting this nollie flip 180 here. Oh, okay, so he stepped off there. Oh, and stepped off the no comply. Okay, he probably doesn't want to fall again now. That crook nollie flip will do him some really good favors. Just putting the hands down on the switch flip and not doing the switch front blunt. Of course, not quite got enough speed for that. I don't know if the crooked nollie flip is kind of going to make up. Yeah, no, he's going to go with his first run score. Definitely on that. But it was cool. He was happy with his first run score. It wasn't our best score of the day. Oh, but he does make that Ollie 6 change, taking it to switch stance. The crowd love his skating, though, doing tricks that no one else is doing. I don't know if he'll be massively happy with that. He's the kind of guy that whilst we're all going wild for him doing the crook nollie flip, he's like, I do this every go. If he misses it, he's like, man, why did I miss that? Not like, oh, okay, I'm going to miss a few. Igor, a very promising skater out here doing it for Nike SB. So yeah, he's going to take that 74.5, but that's a good score.
Still a very solid second run score.
Yeah, there you go. You're hearing the event MC say that as well. A second run score that leaves him with quite a bit of work to do, but it's not unattainable. It's probably not going to put him into first. He can maybe contest. He can maybe contest for the top 3. I have to see the full score breakdown. So Aaron kicking things off, Aaron Jago for our best trick. Oh, going for that bigger flip to front board. Getting announced as a big flip front board. It is indeed a bigger flip front board. So this slow-mo is going to show it. It's a full tray flip. Turning 90 with it. Wow. So Aaron, potentially for his second run, just wants to go and do something that he knows he can do. Hopefully Aaron won't be his kind of own worst enemy here, and because he has things that could score high 80s for this best trick jam. Probably just wants to get a score on the board. Oh, wow, that is exactly what we're talking about. A street trick into a transition, a frontside half cab. That is a half cab flip. That's going to score really high. Yeah, doesn't quite make it in. Just misses that front foot. Comes up to his back foot. Not quite will his day out there. A judge's favourite though, for sure. One of the judges having a yawn. It was a long old day yesterday. We had a couple of rain delays. I think we ended up running qualifiers maybe until about 3 hours later than was intended. So yeah, we all didn't get to bed until super late, and some of the guys hit the after party too. That was Honza taking that back 50 up the rail, down the rail, and then back 180 out. That is going to be a good score. I don't know if he meant to come out early. I don't know if what the judges are going to think about that. But it was controlled. It was controlled for sure. And to be honest, when you're going back 180 out, you probably don't want to take it all the way to the end of the rail just for consistency's sake, because you kind of end up throwing yourself into the floor. So I'd say that was intentional. He shouldn't get marked down for that. Oh, there we go. Good work, Igor, getting that score on the board. Unsure as to exactly what that's going to score, because that's one of those creative tricks. It's almost like Wille, where you're kind of unsure as to what the judges are going to score, and it was really good to see them score him so high yesterday, because he fully deserved it.
Okay, the judges are just collecting their scores.
So Aaron Jago, I don't know if we're going to see a score here for Aaron. Okay, it looks like Aaron is really going to go for this, which, if this comes off, I expect probably a mid-80s for this, if not high 80s, potentially high score of the day, I'd say. Aaron really wants to get this. I hope he gets this and doesn't leave himself with too much to do. Okay, so here he is. So Aaron shaking his head there. So Aaron currently holds one of the highest. I unfortunately can't see the score breakdown here. I can just see the overall score. Aaron potentially holds the highest run score, if not one of the highest, alongside Simon Stricker. But unfortunately, if he doesn't score in this best trick jam, it's not gonna do it. Wow! Did well not to put his hands down there. That's the squat out, and that almost actually squatting out and controlling it like that, I think can often earn extra points with the judges, because it shows, whoa, just almost losing that back there. His bottom half was really hanging on. His top half was just like chilling, asleep at the wheel. Fine, we got this. I think that's going to be a really good score for Wille. I think the judges are really going to like that. They're going to really appreciate that creativity.
Really solid, really solid. Okay, our next rider is Honza Navarro. Okay,
Honza getting ready to come back in.
Judges to be ready for the cameras to get in. Okay, cameras, whenever you're ready, Honza, let's see it.
Okay, going for that tray flip, maybe to Lip or Smith. It looked, I mean, the truck went into Smith, but it's sometimes hard to tell, because sometimes if you just slightly over-rotate that board, it does look like his feet were set up for Lip, but he could have claimed Smith there. He could have claimed Smith, but yeah, he's done the smart thing of getting that 50-50 back 180 on the board. Yeah, walking past Aaron there.
Just over there, we're going to go for Igor's best trick now. Way up, Igor, way up to the cameras. Okay, Igor.
So Igor getting back in on this stair set, not entirely sure what he's going for here. Oh my goodness. Switch hard flip. We saw Oni trying that earlier, actually. Igor really is an he just goes for broke. He's a bit of an all or nothing skater. If it's not quite his day, then unfortunately he won't do super well. But it's mainly because he just comes out and he just goes, right, I have a super hard bag of tricks, and I don't want to go for second best. He comes out and he goes, these are the tricks that I do that are super hard, that are going to win a contest. And if I'm not winning with these tricks, I'm not winning with anything else. And I love that. I think that's good. Aaron doing rock, paper, scissors for what to do here. Aaron really needing to get this score on the board. Please, Aaron, get this. Aaron looking absolutely gutted there. That is probably, unfortunately, going to do it for Aaron. Really, in hindsight, did just need to get one of those scores on the board before going for that bigger flip front board. He's going to be gutted with that, but he can be super proud. You know, he qualified in 4th. I think he's put down the best run score of the day as well. Either him or Simon Stricker. He can be really proud of having come out here and torn it. Making his mark. From here, he heads to a couple of other European contests. And he heads to LA. Yeah, he's gutted with that. Tough luck, Aaron. We still love you, dude. Next time, man. Okay, yeah, getting a 12.25, putting himself down into 8th. Tough luck, Aaron. Wille coming through. He wants this cab heel. See, he's got the half cab flip now, so we're good. Not quite making that, but that's cool. He'll take the half cab flip into the quarter. Definitely, I think one of the judges' favourite skaters out here today. Not quite getting the highest score out here, but definitely a judge's favourite. Oh, you see that in slow motion. It really is there. Maybe his weight just slightly too much on the front for that. When you're rotating that fast and flipping the board as well, there's so much to factor in. So there you see, jumping up to 4th. Coach Maxim looking over there. Oh, just slipping out on that tray flip lip. That would have probably upped his score, but he's done the smart thing. He's got a back 50-50 up and down the A-rail with a back 180 out. He's going to post a good score out here. Might be able to get himself into top 3 here. We'll have to see the score. I definitely predict Igor to be in the top 3. Okay, top 5. That's a good showing for Honza. He can be happy with that. I think the tray flip lip might have pushed him up into top 3. Igor now can really go for kind of what he wants. Gutted to not see Igor quite have the run that he was wanting earlier. But man, he's made up for it in the best trick section, which is kind of where I see Igor really stepping into his own. There's that no comply 270 to lip slide, stepping off. He's chilling. He knows he doesn't need that. That's fine. I don't think that is creative, but I don't think that would have scored more than the switch half flip anyway. I think the switch half flip is going to be the trick he's going to take through. And that right there on Igor Koldakov wraps up today's skateboard finals. Let's wait to see where he ends up putting himself. Has he bumped out Simon Stricker? It is possible. I think he had a high 70s score on his run. But he may be in 2nd. Fellow Russian Maxim Kruglov. These two just absolute powerhouses, traveling to contests together, both repping Nike. The judges deliberating this one. I think it's a tough one to call. Oh, and Igor in 2nd place. He is stoked with that. I think he knows his run didn't go quite as well as he'd hoped. Fair play, Igor. Well done for really kind of putting that behind you and making it count in the best trick and getting yourself into 2nd. So I believe this puts Simon Stricker in 1st. Simon is a guy that can really turn it on, but looking at qualifiers, he qualified in 6th, so I don't know if he'd have necessarily been the judges' pick out here to take the win. So there you have it, the official scores there. Simon Stricker taking 1st place. Simon is going to be absolutely stoked with that. He's going to be at the party tonight celebrating that one. Igor Koldakov in 2nd. Maxim Kruglov holding on to 3rd spot. A really good showing for Russia today. Maxim Habanech in 4th. Wille Michaela managing to get it down in 5th. Yes, Wille. And Honza holding on, one of the younger guys in there. See Alexander Tubin in 7th. Andre in 8th and 9th. One taking 10th. Aaron Jago, unfortunately, just not quite making the best trick happen, but really putting it down in the run there to take 11th. And Dominik Jaworowski taking the 12th place spot. We're going to see these guys step up onto the podium in a second. The Red Bull podium is being dragged out onto the ledge.
An incredible effort there by all our team riders.
And the weather just about holding out for us here. It's nice and sunny. Rain was forecast. We've had sun here for 3 to 4 weeks. And as I turn up from England, it starts raining. There you see it. Showing off those simple summer session 2018 medals out here in Riga, Latvia. Just waiting for everything logistically to be in place. And I predict Simon Stricker to go absolutely wild. Can't wait to go and see Simon in a moment. Give him a big hug. Well done, buddy. Doing it for Switzerland. And one of the happiest guys on the course for sure as well. A full day of action, of course, out here too, with the BMX Street Finals. As you see, the course is extremely streety, so we will be only having BMX Street Finals here. There is no park contest, and we have some of Europe and the world's best street riders out here throwing down. We have the likes of Reed Stark, Courage Adams, Travis Hughes, all putting it down in today's finals. And those are going to be kicking off at 4 p.m. I'll be joined by Chris Doyle on Red Bull TV. But first, I think we are ready to get the podium finishers up.
So, crowd, are you ready to hear the results of the Simple Summer Session 2018 skateboarding comp?
Our event MCs out there hyping things up. Yeah, Mark.
Who do we have in 6th place?
6th position, coming up from Czech Republic, Honza Navratil.
Honza is going to be stoked from that, or stoked on that, sorry, should I say. He did qualify in 2nd, but getting 6th. Honza Navratil coming out of the Czech Republic. He'll be buzzing on that. Young guy, tons of potential, so definitely watch out for him. Hopefully see him at a few more Simple sessions. Hopefully see him at the winter session on February 2nd and 3rd in Tallinn 2019 when the snow comes back in. Yeah, Wille Michaela.
One of the most creative skaters we've seen.
Yeah, you hear it there, one of the most creative skaters. I'd say it's an understatement. Yes, Wille. Rocking some of my favorite glasses as well. Love those. Wille stoked.
Well done, man. Well done. Really good. Easy prize.
Having fun out here. And making a bit of money as well.
Number 4, also from Czech Republic, Maxim Havanec.
Yeah, Maxim Havanec from the Czech Republic, Red Bull rider. Consistently places well at events all across Europe and the world, actually, but he's definitely no stranger to a European podium.
They get to stand on these lovely Red Bull cans. In 3rd
So here we go, top 3.
Coming out from Russia, Maxim Kruglov.
Maxim Kruglov taking the 3rd place spot. He's going to be so pleased with that. Upped it from an 11th place qualification to the podium. 3rd place. That is a big medal. Yes, Maxim. Always bringing the vibes. He'll be at the after party this evening for sure. He's never a guy to miss the party. Taking that third place podium.
We have from Russia, Igor Kaldikov. Yeah.
Coming out of Russia in second place, we've got Igor Kaldikov. Doing it for Nike SB. Yes, Igor. Really put it out there, really made it count. Made up for a couple of falls in the run with some of the hardest best trick attempts that we have seen all day. And of course, our first place finisher. What a guy, Simon Stricker. He is going to be unbelievably stoked on that. Simon, no stranger to finishing the top 5 at contests, but wow, he is going to be so pleased with that. So well deserved. Great work, Simon. Tore it out there today, buddy. And he's going to be taking the gold back to Switzerland.
And there's your prize. Well done. You can just stand up there for a few minutes while we take some photos. That's amazing. Crowd, let's hear it.
Yeah, there you go. There you see it. It's kicking in. Simon's so stoked to be up there. Top of the podium. And there you see it officially on the screen as well. Simon Stricker from Switzerland in first. Igor Kaldikov of Russia in second. And Maxim Kruglov, equally of Russia, in third. What an outing for Russia. But ultimately, Simon Stricker taking that top spot today. As mentioned just before, we'll be back at 4 p.m. Latvian time on Red Bull TV with the BMX Street Finals. I've been James Threlfall, and I'll be back on Red Bull TV with Chris Doyle as we take you through the street final action. Be sure to come back for that one. It's going to be absolutely crazy. Huge thanks for joining me, and we'll catch you later. This has been Simple Summer Session 2018. We'll see you soon.
Simple Session. The wildest and most talked about BMX and skate contest out there is back in Riga, Latvia for the second summer.